All right. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another enablement session. This session, I'm going to be covering the recent Congregate 7.13 release, and I want to highlight one of the specific features we implemented in that release in an effort to improve overall performance and stabilization around Congregate. So I'm going to share my screen real quick, and we will jump into that. So this is part of a bigger effort of this epic that's we're calling 7x performance and stabilization improvements. This is pretty much some of the work we've slated to work on for the next several weeks in an effort to make the current version of Congregate as stable and performant as possible. Specifically, in the last week, we released Congregate 7.13. In the release notes, we can see a slew of issues that were merge requests and issues that were addressed. With this, one thing I want to call out, I will not be demoing today, but just to highlight, in this release, we had 4 new ADO features implemented. So, shout out to Evgeny for getting that all built. We're trying to support him as best as we can as he's building out those features. And every now and then we do step in to help and build some stuff out so he's not, the sole contributor. So at some point in the future, it'd be great if he did a enablement session on the ADO work. For the sake of this, I'm not going to cover that here. But this was a release that spanned. I want to say we have probably like at least 6 or 7 contributors across this. Petter, Fabian, Peter, Max, myself, Evgeny, uh, and others I'm definitely missing, Glenn, and all that. So I've really been appreciating the collaboration that we've been showing with Congregate recently. So what I want to focus on is this merge request here, which is to make direct transfer dry runs configurable in the UI. So I'm going to go over to our Congregate container. This is running a rolling container, so it's a little bit past 7.13, but it's going to cover what we need to show here. So the inspiration behind this was the original dry run functionality in the UI was very static. You would select some of the parameters down here in the migrate section, and it would spit out an abstracted information to say, hey, this is what we're going to migrate. But the problem that led to was if the data was incorrect for whatever reason, the solution was let me bypass Congregate, go directly to the direct transfer API, make the API call there, and then just run post migration info only at the end of it once everything's been imported. So what this is going to do is help to kind of get that workaround into the current setup and make it so we don't have to build our own payloads for it. We don't have to kind of work around and modify a bunch of JSON to get it to work. So in its stock form, if I were to kick off a dry run, this container is running a little slow, I will say. I don't know why it's been kind of goofy. I want to blame it on the translation layer between x86 and ARM. But so we run a dry run, and so what shows up is a diff editor. On the left side is read only. This is what Congregate outputs. If you are familiar with the direct transfer API, this is exactly what you would send if you just made an API call to direct transfer directly, and it's how we operate with it in Congregate as well. We basically send the same payload to Congregate, which then funnels it to direct transfer, and then we handle post migration after the fact. So since we have a diff here, we have full control on this side of what we want it to look like. So in a stock form, I'll just leave it as is for now. But let's say if I want to open it up again, I can see this here just to make sure it's still what it looks like. If I want to just skip groups, rerun a dry run, sometimes the diff will be a little bit out of place, but what we can do is always correct it on the right. So we can see here is this cache to the right, the previous request. I can actually just copy this over, and then now we've got it saved here. I can close it out. It's cached again. I can open it back up. If I were to say, hey, actually, I don't want to migrate one of these projects, I just want to exclude it from the request, I can just highlight it and I can delete it, and it'll just show this is what was generated. Here's what you're going to send. So we can kind of A/B what was initially created automatically versus what we actually want to migrate. Gives us a little more control during a migration if we need to make a last minute change. If for some reason we need to update like a namespace or something, we have that ability to do it. And on top of that, if we need to make this change to ensure that this payload is always going to be at least valid to send to direct transfer, more or less, there is built-in JSON validation. So if I rip out a curly brace real quick, try to close it out, it's actually just going to not even let us save. We have to correct it here before we can even get the get this payload ready to send over. So throw the curly brace back in, close it back out. We can edit it again, see what's kind of, based on the current dry run to what we want to migrate. We have the full control there. And then once we're all ready, what we can do is if I say I want to commit this, I'm not going to migrate today, I'll just get to the next spot. Notice that this changes. This says, hey, you're about to do this. So we do have kind of an extra warning to say, just so we're clear, this is what you want to migrate. This is how you want to kick off the request. You have a last minute change where you can still modify it right here, click confirm, and then send it over. So basically it's just trying to add some safeguards as well as provide some more control to the end user to make sure that the migration itself, you know exactly what's being sent over, pretty much. So this takes the workaround that a lot of PSCs have been using over the last few months, and it brings it into the UI. So ideally, you're not digging through a bunch of JSON to get this all working. You can just make the changes here, kick off your migration, and then you're good to go. Any questions on that?
Hey,
Close out those tokens out.
I don't know if you mentioned I stepped away for a bit, and if I asked when I reviewed, is it able to tell you if anything exists already, like group namespace wise?
So for that's going to be a follow up in the next. We're going to go
No,
over that in the next week.
I wasn't sure, yeah, because that was kind of the pain point for me that I have the dry run, but I don't know if anything of the staged data already exists, so I have to let it hit the first one that it finds or not, and then go back.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, like right now you could manually pull it out, but yeah, that'll probably be the next step for the dry run to at least highlight if the payload looks smaller. It'll say this, we found them to already exist. So yeah, I think we have that. That should be in the 7x epic. I'll look into that once I get through the logging work. But yeah, that'll be another improvement.
Yeah, and then when you see it, hopefully all of them, you can just go and use this to edit and remove them if you need to.
Right. Yeah. Any other questions, folks?
Nothing here.
Cool. I like that I think historically I've just been the lightning round of enablement sessions. Just run in, show something for like 5 minutes, and then I'm out. So gonna
Run on
keep up with
stage.
that pattern. Here I am, and I'm out.
Short
Okay.
and sweet. I love it. I'd almost rather have like these quick and fast ones to show something new to give people experience sometimes. So it's good stuff. Thanks, man.
Yeah, no problem. All right, guys. I will see y'all later.
Thanks
Agree with
again.
it all. Thanks. Later.
Enjoy.
Good.